Hello, everybody. Artis here at another episode of Broken Card of Hearthstone. So yeah, new expansion is really close. It is not available yet, but it will be really soon. But what is most important for me, cards are already here, so I can check them and I can do some typical discussion, which I usually do every time and expansion is done. So yeah, I can talk about this and complaining and do some hardcore criticism as I usually do. So today I do hunter and druid. So let's start with some criticism right now. Okay, so we have a discard which I think this card is actually pretty OP. I think it really is because it really depends on who you cast this card. But even if you do like an average card, like with attack, let's say 5, which really isn't that much, but it's not too little as well. So even if you have just 5, that's still a lot. And I think for this mana cast, it's a little too much. I mean, I like the idea of this, but slightly overpowered. Not necessarily too much. Then we have this thing. I think these new things, these quests, are pretty much all of them are generally overpowered. But unlike usual, I really don't complain about them because pretty much every class have one. Not pretty much every class have one, which kind of balance things, and only like thing which is questionable, like some of them can be better than the others. So we will see how well this is balanced. It's too soon to judge. I would be actually. There's one little side track here. One thing which is if there is a card which can be obtained only through another card, I would really like to see what this card is about. Like Lord Barnabas. Well, that's nice because it's quest, so I guess it's something really powerful. But I have no idea what this is. So it's a nice idea, but if there is some like reward, it will be like nice if I can somehow find what this card is. I don't know if there is a way how to find out right now. Like, I mean, I can go on YouTube or anywhere else on the internet and find out, but we will see if this is broken or not. Let's move on. This is okay, I guess. So this adapt is another thing. It is a little too soon to judge if this is overpowered or not. We will see. Adapt your minions for 4 mana. That is. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. This card. Let's see this. That's more. It's pretty much standard. Choose one card. This card. I really don't know what I supposed to think about this card. Um, it could be good. It could be bad. It's hard to judge because I have no idea how this work. I have like idea, but right now, if this reduce like total mana, that's actually legit. but I get the mana back, so that's kind of. Well, I don't think it's that bad actually. I think it's actually okay. I think. Again, we will see. Another bomb. Adapt, and then we have this thing. Um, five or more. Um, I think this card is okay. I don't think it's bad. Okay, this thing is pretty OP. Like if if really high stats by itself is not enough for you, it's really difficult to kill because it cannot be targeted with spells or hero powers. That is pretty crazy combination. Like for 12, 12 for 10 crystals by itself is pretty powerful card. And when it's combined with this, I mean, you cannot like heal it or give it the buff, at least not with the spells. You can still do this with Battle Cries, but this is pretty powerful card, and maybe a little too powerful. Yeah, I think this card is overpowered, and it's I have the feeling this is not only one, but yeah, this is Druid. So Druid is relatively seems to be okay, with exception of this card because the one thing which I don't like is it seems like card and specifically like legendary cards have this problem more. With every expansions, there goes like a stronger and stronger card, which honestly I don't like because first it's really not exactly creative, and even if cards have a good stats, then that alone really don't give you too much advantage. But I will likely prefer like some interesting ability instead of just really high stat for low price. I mean, this price is not low, and I guess for a card like this one, it's sort of like punishment because if you play this card, then you basically can do anything else unless you have Aliena in your hand, and possibly with combination with something else that it can be pretty crazy. But yeah, I think Druid is relatively okay with the exception of this card. I think this card need a lower stats, like 9-9 probably will be much better fit. Will be still really good card, but yeah, Druid is relatively okay. But it's time to go and check Hunter, and I'm pretty sure there will be something which I don't like. I generally like don't want to comment any beast and any sort of beast mechanic because I said this many times and I said it again. I'm so tired of this. Like really, Blizzard, you cannot do like anything new. Just a more beast. That's basically like the same thing. I think the system by itself is broken because, as I said before, you get bunch of effects or beasts which supposed to be limiting, except it's not because there's many really powerful beasts. And yeah, that's basically standard crap which I saw many times before. Then if yeah, this thing is pretty much standard. This is okay. This is pretty overpowered. Like I can see the point of this card for these druid, but hunters, but having such an effect for one crystal really, if you add beast. which absolutely mean nothing because at this point there's tons of really good beasts, as I said before, and with each expansion, Hunter get more and more. So this card is pretty ridiculous. Overpowered. I don't like this card. Slightly, it is compensated by the fact it's slightly unpredictable because you can get great beast or you can get some terrible one. But I think it's still overpowered. Like even the fact itself, even the fact itself, you get an extra card, giving you extra card to play, and that alone is a huge benefit. Especially if you play for Beast with Druid, because even having Beast, any Beast, there are some beneficial effects. So yeah, here is another quest, which it's a little ridiculous. This one, which it seems to be a little like I don't know, it seems to be like a little weaker, a little more difficult to do. But in this time, I really don't complain because I think Hunter is overpowered already. So I'm okay with that. Then we have this thing. I got nothing special. Okay, this thing. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? You kidding me, really? You cannot be serious with this thing. Like, this is absolutely and completely ridiculous. This is disgustingly overpowered, this card. Because here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. The one thing which makes hero powers sort of balance is hero powers are always weaker than any card. Like if I have, for example, let's do a little sidetrack here. If I do comparison here, so let's say if I use priest hero power, and I'm by priest hero power, I don't mean his basic hero power. I have on my mind like a upgraded version of his hero power, which I can get from this card. Then I heal 4 hit points per 2 points of mana. However, if I use the Flash Heal, which is even not necessarily the best healing spell, then I still get more. Which means cards are always like more powerful. Like if you compare the power of the card to the power of the 10 hero powers are always like weaker. This is something which work for all classes, I wanna say, okay? With this card here, hero power of Hunter basically have effect of two which is worth of 2 crystal card. Well, yeah, it's worked only against beast, but like I said multiple times before, this means absolutely nothing if you have deck which is basically all beast, which is really easy to do, and let's be honest, most hunters doing this. So basically, it looks like Blizzard thing like his beast strategy is not annoying enough, and they decided to make even more. Because this card for any hunter who basically goes to beast, I can imagine like hunters will love this card, but the card is ridiculously overpowered. Like only thing which is only a hero power which is basically stronger than this is Ragnaros die insect, but that's kinda compensated by A random damage and B only 8 hit points, which really isn't too much, and I honestly didn't see too many people actually doing this. Well, not on purpose, or Jaraxxus Inferno. That is like only two stronger abilities, but this is disgusting, absolutely disgusting. And as I said, honestly, I have a feeling like this card. I have a feeling like Blizzard really have some classes which are their favorite, and they basically give the most overpowered and most strongest cards by these classes, more specifically Hunter and Paladin. I really have a feeling this is something which Blizzard do, and I hate that. Like maybe Blizzard love this card, this class. That's awesome. Everyone have a favorite, but this is a multiplayer competitive game, and because of it, they should give everyone same chances. And honestly, I think like all classes don't have equally good cards. I mean, this is relatively weak compared to some others, but this is more than balancing. Like this is even if you have this, if even if you take this card twice in your deck, basically you need only one copy. But if you want to increase the chances get go in your hand as soon as you can, then you can do it. Which means the other card will be wasted. But even then, I think it's worth it because like basically having ability pretty much infinitely like boosting your minions. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is like I I don't get it. Like this card is crazy overpowered. Like keep in mind, if this card by itself giving beast plus two, that will be okay. But the problem is this card don't give you like give beast plus two. This card give you ability doing this like infinitely. Combine this with some inspire card, and this card is crazy. It is disgusting. Like really, seriously. Like really, if Hunter is not enough annoying already, and now things got even worse. And I have actually feeling like this will like cause a massive rise of hunters. They will absolutely destroy everything which stand in the path. And if Blizzard like nerf this, I won't be surprised. I just hope it comes soon because I think this is too much. Even if it's restricted to the beast only, it is still disgustingly overpowered. I hate this card already. Okay, this is basically something which we saw already. This is actually a decent card. Slightly overpowered, anything special, but I don't think anything can actually beat this card. Or maybe can. Seriously? Are you serious? You cannot be serious with this card because, like, I really have a feeling like this card is some sort of really cruel joke. First and most importantly, 9/9 for 7 mana is way too much. Then there is this special ability which basically mean like insta kill for several other minions which you play against this card. Because let's be honest here, how many cards in your hand can successfully survive 9 damage? Like the ability this card by itself, it's pretty ridiculously powerful. And on top of that, Like this crazy stats for this price? Are you serious? And like if all of this is not enough, on top of that, it's this. You serious, Blizzard? Like I have the feeling like person who make this card was probably on high or drunk or probably both because this make no sense. This is disgustingly, ridiculously overpowered card, which pretty much like unless you have unless you have something really strong with at least 9 damage or some spell which can do 9 damage, then this card will be disgustingly overpowered. So like this card and this card, just these two, and if you actually combine these effect of this card, you can pretty much infinitely like increase the number of hit points and damage on this thing, and this card can be if only thing which you need is like don't get card which is good enough, and this card is almost unstoppable. And let basically hunters go face, which is this stupid strategy which I absolutely hate because it's so primitive. Blizzard basically support people doing this. Why? I don't get it. This is disgusting, really. My only hope is because it's legendary that not too many people actually have this card. But if I be hunter, which I'm not, then this will be like these two cards will be like first thing which I do. Like to be perfectly honest, these two cards are actually so overpowered. If I would ever, if I ever open the deck, and if I ever, by luck, get this card, I'll recycle because if I basically play this card, I feel like I myself basically embarrassing myself. I should be like ashamed. Like it's like using these cards almost feels like cheating to be perfectly honest. It really is. It is disgusting. So yeah, most of the card is like okay so far, with exception this card and this card. These two cards, especially if they are combined, are like absolutely like ridiculous. Really, that is like I really cannot express the disappointment because there is no word which I can use to properly describe like how much I discuss I'm buying this. Well, let's hope. Let's hope this card will be nerfed. Sometimes Blizzard do nerf things. Sometimes they don't. I mean, I like. Don't make me wrong. I generally like idea of its special ability. It's actually cool concept, but the stats are ridiculously overpowered for this price. For card of this price with such a ability, the card should be lower stats, like much lower stats. I would say like 6-6 maybe or 8-4. I don't know, but this is crazy. So yeah, we covered Druid and Hunter. So next time we continue Mage and Paladin, and I'm pretty sure there will be some disgusting cover cards, at least for Paladin, because as I said, Paladin is another favorite card of Blizzard for some reason. I really don't know why. But yeah, uh, I'm personally really excited for this, but I'm afraid how much frustration will be causing me but through these some pretty ridiculous cards. Yeah. So that is everything for me for now. As always, thanks for your time, and I will see you later.